Hi everybody, Alex here, A1 Detailing, Zürich, Switzerland. Today I am at my detailing shop and I have the perfect candidate on which to show you how to polish and restore your taillights. Okay, so you saw the condition of the taillights. Now I'm going to show you three different approaches. So the first, I always say you should try the least abrasive method. I mean, it depends. You really have to see how the surface that you're working on, the condition of the surface that you're working on. So in this case, it's pretty bad, but I'm still going to go with the least abrasive method, and I'm going to use microfiber cutting disc from Meguiar's. This is a 3-inch, so an 80 millimeter, and then I'm going to use a medium cut polish. I will see how it goes. I also have the heavy cut polish that I'm going to try. If things don't go so well with the medium one, I'm going to try this one with the microfiber cutting disc, and then to finish and smoothen the surface, I'm going to use foam, so either medium or soft foam to finish out. Now, because I'm going to only work the tail lights, by the way, this is a neighbor's car, so it's the perfect candidate because you saw how the tail lights are looking. Normally, I don't use tape when I'm doing the whole car. But now over here, there's a little edge sticking out, so I prefer to have it protected because it is an edge, and you should always be careful when you're working the edges. So I taped it off. Like I said, normally I wouldn't if I'm doing the whole car, but this particular situation, it's already taped. You might also want to check if you need to clay the taillights, so they needed a little bit of clay. I used the medium abrasive clay pad, and they're already clayed. And now let's get to work. Now, as I mentioned, for the first try I'm going to use a medium polish and the Meguiar's microfiber cutting disc. Now, on a fresh and clean pad, I always put a little bit more product, and then I spread it around nicely so that it covers all the fibers. This is the area that I've worked on. So it is a bit hazy, but I think it's definitely an improvement. Okay, so now another approach. I'm going to use foam. This is pretty hard, so it's a cutting foam disc and the medium polish. Okay, so this is the before. Over here, a foam cutting disc with a medium polish. And over here, you can see it's a little bit hazy. I use the medium polish with a microfiber cutting disc. So I think the foam pad finishes way better on this polycarbonate material. So this is like a plastic material. Pretty much all the taillights are made from. I don't know if you can see the difference. So this is foam, microfiber, all with the medium polish. So it's going pretty good, as you saw. Now, if you want to do maybe a perfect job, then you might want to also work the edges with a smaller pad. So I always try to do a perfect job no matter what the service is. So that's why I'm going to use a smaller pad and work out only the edges, and then come back and finish with a finish polish. Okay, so now to finish out, I'm going to use the soft finishing foam pad. You can use pretty much every brand. So this is from Nanolex, and the finishing polish. Now the same as with the medium polish, a little bit more product and a good spread. Now starting at the edges, so they're pretty okay to me. Like I said, there's this edge that's sticking out, so it's a bit, you might use a rotary, but it depends on the job that you have to do. So over here, it looks like there are still some scratches, but they are somehow from the inside. And for me, it's pretty okay. So I've used 2 compounds and 2 different types of pads. We're gonna talk about it at the end, but it's looking pretty perfect. So 0 haze. I don't know if you can see, but with my eyes, it looks really perfect. So you saw the before, you saw the after. I've used a medium cut polish and a finish polish, a hard foam pad and a soft finish pad. So like I said, depending on the situation and on how bad they are. So the microfiber to me was causing too much haze, so that's why I left that aside and I used a foam pad. A foam pad finish always finishes better, in my opinion, on soft, delicate surfaces. I'm going to do the other one and then come back at the end with a quick recap, and that's it. Okay, now a quick recap on the products that I've used. Medium cut polish in combination with a hard foam cutting disc. And then to finish, I use the finishing polish, which is also from Enzerna, with a soft foam disc. Now, how important is the brand that you use? I leave that up to you to decide. So in my opinion, I'm sure I would have gotten the same result with a different name brand, maybe Meguiar's or Koch Chemie or Sonax or whatever you want. I'm sure with using this technique, I would have gotten the same result. So I leave that up to you to decide how important is the brand that you use. These are my favorite products, so that's what I use, and as you can see, it also works. Now the last step in terms of protection, you can apply either a wax or a polymer sealant. I'm going to use ceramic coating, the latest from Nanolex. It can also be applied on hard plastic surfaces like we have here. I've talked a little bit about it in the last video with the Porsche. One more thing I wanted to mention. To degrease the surface, because this also in my opinion is a soft, delicate surface, I'm going to use Nanolex's Optimizer. I've also talked about it in the Porsche videos, or you can look their product up. Nanolex Optimizer. It's a really good degreaser, non-alcohol based. And that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to apply the ceramic coating after. I'm going to say this again, in my opinion, the name brand that you use, it's not that important in my opinion. There are a lot of good brands out there. You just have to try, test, and see what works for you, and then stick with it maybe, I don't know. For me, I've tried a lot of things. The things that work best for me at the moment is Mencerna, pads from Nanolex, cutting pads from Meguiar. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit more about the different things that I use and that work for me. Again, hope you find my advices useful, and see you next time. Bye bye.